came to the City of Huntsville in 1961, the Research Park ordinance was on the table for discussion. One of the first questions that I was confronted with by the city attorney, Jack Giles, was the question of what my opinion of this proposed ordinance was. Keep in mind that the proposal was to zone about 4,000 acres of private land that could only be used for research and development in, space and missiles. So the question really was whether or not a regulation of that type was so restrictive that it would amount to a taking of property. It was my opinion at the time that it would not be a legal regulation for that reason.
Milton K. Cummings, a highly successful local businessman and now a major stockholder, was asked to become president.
Before the research park was drawn and before it was introduced, Milton Cummings and Brown Engineering began what is now Brown Engineering on Spartanburg Drive. It was under construction whenever the Research Park ordinance was developed.
Often called the #1 citizen of Huntsville and a symbol of the New South, Milton Cummings had an unmatched influence on the company's success.
Charles Cummings Jr., who was the nephew of Milton Cummings, was a member of the city council. And in late November, Charles Cummings Jr. came to Jack Giles' office, and he and I had a conversation. And he said to the two of us, "This is so important to the community, we have to do it." I can tell you for sure that we would have no research park ordinance without Charles Cummings Jr.
This all finished up about 63, 64 in that range, wasn't it? And it went unnamed until 1973. And then one of the leaders that Charles alluded to a while ago, he was never really part of that sort of inner circle, but he was a powerful individual, and that was Milton Cummings. And 2 days later, Guy Narian called me and said, "WF, what do you think about naming the research park, Cummings Research Park?" Well, I know you've driven through it, and you see all the names that are out there. Major corporations all across America are there. And they've brought jobs to this community.